Good evening. Good evening. We are happy and excited for you to be here. And since this is a special training, we're going to be doing things a little different tonight, but nonetheless, we'll have you out here in a good time. So, tonight, welcome to the Momentum to Monetize Challenge Success Hacking Masterclass: How to Create, Communicate, and Monetize Your Unique Skills Without Working 60 plus hours a week or struggling to make ends meet. Now, during today's web class, you're going to learn secret number one: how to success hack the secrets of the uber wealthy and create high value digital products without working 40 to 50 extra hours a week. Number two, how to think and communicate like the wealthy and attract success without feeling like a fraud or waiting for the perfect moment to start. And of course, number three, how to build and monetize a profitable business without a huge following, a fancy degree, or tons of startup capital. Now, who is this for? This webinar web class is for individuals who are purpose driven, for individuals who have a deep desire to have more, who are coachable and teachable, and quite frankly, who are ready to take action on proven strategies that create transformation in their personal and professional lives. Now, this is not for those who simply consume information without implementation, nor is it for those who resist guidance, who are not coachable, or who hesitate to take action on new ideas. When you stay to the end, you will be rewarded because we have an opportunity for you, something that we created that we call the Godfather gift. So you definitely want to stick around to the end. Now, what qualifies me, Dr. Favors, as one who has an ability to teach and train on the subject? Well, obviously, you can see on the screen, I've taught in front of thousands of people. I am outside of one of our business locations that we had an office. I've trained with some of the best, like the Proctor Gallagher Institute. I am certified with the John Maxwell team, and I've studied with some of the greatest sales speakers and teachers and presenters like Joel Bauer here and Russell Bronson and a few others. But most importantly, this is me outside one of our office spaces that we had at the time. And so it's important that you also understand that it's not necessarily about me. You're here because you want to get the results that you want. And so, wouldn't it be nice to hear others say the same thing? Well, I thought you would like that. So, take a listen at a few moments of this clip.
The number one thing when working with a coach is finding one who cares. Mike Favors, he cares. He's a coach that really wants to give you his all.
And anyone who wants to overcome their past financial or traumas needs to reach out to Dr. Favors today.
Yes, I just met Dr. Favors, and I was quite impressed with his intimate knowledge of people's finances. I can see he's going to help people. He's got a caring heart.
Hi, my name is Diva Mejias, and I'm an entrepreneur. And today I heard Mike Favors speak, and what he was talking about hit my heart. I'm an accountant, I'm a tax advisor, and when I heard the information that he can provide his students or clients or even in his congregation, it sparked something in me because he came through with such a genuine passion to help me. So I suggest for any of you that are looking for someone that really cares about your finances and to help you, to take a listen to what he has to offer. I think you won't be disappointed.
Hi, my name is Nikki Harris, and I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. You know, I never really understood the importance of having a mentor or a coach until I met Dr. Favors a few years ago. His guidance and mentorship has helped me 2x my income, start my own business, and the courage to write a book, something that I never thought I would be able to do.
Hi, my name is Bradford Rhett, and I'm here to talk to you about working with Dr. Favors. Since working with Dr. Favors, my finances and my life decisions have changed tremendously.
Working with Dr. Favors has really impacted my life in many ways. He gave me some strategy tips dealing with my finances, and within a matter of 6 months to a year, I began to reflect and see the changes. Matter of fact, it went from 2x in my income to almost 3x in my income.
When I first moved to Florida, I was in a realm of around 25 to $35,000.
So as you can see, it's always good to hear from others who have been through the process and been through the programs and became mentors in our programs. And so I want you to imagine now that you're here. And sometimes in life, you have some ups and then you have some pullbacks. You have some ups and some downs. And if you're paying attention, sometimes you have some good ups, but sometimes you have some not so good ups. You have some real bad downs. And to the point where you might find yourself here. When in actuality, ladies and gentlemen, you really want to be here. So the question becomes, how do we get there? Imagine going through life where you can always achieve these type of goals. You see, you got to learn how to set a big goal. A goal has to be big enough where it stretches you. And I want you to imagine yourself on that mountaintop, on the goal, saying, this is where I am now. This is my lifestyle now. So how do we get there? Pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to take the first step. You have to make a decision, take the first step out on faith, if you will, and understand that with each step, it moves you closer and closer to that dream, to that big goal, to that company that you want to do. So here's the thing. If you've ever tried a new venture, if you've ever struggled in your life with something, if you've ever failed, I want you to understand that I've been there too. And that's why I understand so deeply that it's important that we learn how to master, market, and monetize those skills we have. Because here's something that many people won't tell you. Even though you may have struggled in life, you may have failed at some things, you're not a failure. Even though you may have tried some things that may didn't work, you still learned something from that opportunity. And if you switch your mindset to that, then guess what happens? One day you will succeed. One day you will make the right decision. And that's what we're here to show you, ladies and gentlemen. So we created something called the Essential Movers Mentorship Success Hacking System, how to master and create, market and communicate and monetize your special skills. And so we're going to dive deeper into that in just a little bit. But first, let me give you a little history, quick story. Back in 2012, everything changed for my wife and I. And this is what really triggered everything that we're doing. I was a leader, my family, and I was a pastor, and yet at that moment I felt powerless. I mean, I was drowning in fear and anxiety, crying out to God, unsure of what to do. And I wanted my wife healed. I wanted our life to go back to where it was. But when you have a brain tumor the size of a golf ball, that changes things, you all. And so what did I do? I did what any normal person would do. I prayed. I asked God what was going on and why was this happening, only to have him say to me, now I have your attention. I want you to sit down and I want you to begin to write. I want you to begin to study. I want you to begin to really come to a resolve where you say you tell people you trust me. I want you to really trust me. And subsequently, you all, that's what started the first series of the book called Freedom: How to Overcome Worry and Fear. And so, just like any person, I experienced some things. I went through some external results that I really wanted. I wanted a life of normalcy. Who wouldn't? I wanted my wife healed and our life to go back to normal. I wanted financial freedom. As you can imagine, bills started piling up, and these type of special doctor bills get very high. So of course I wanted to get back to a place where we have financial stability and freedom. Of course I wanted to have a family legacy. I wanted a successful ministry. I wanted to be a coach and have a business that we're doing now. And then I also experienced some internal results, you all. Some things that I wanted. I wanted a stronger mindset so that when crisis happened and something like this happened, I could be sturdy, sound, and trustworthy and confident. I wanted to have a clear purpose because once again, I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to handle these things. I wanted to be a better husband, a better father, a better leader. I wanted to do all these things, ladies and gentlemen. And out of that, I began to hit this wall. And it was actually a blessing in disguise because I didn't know that I dealt with some of these things. Have you ever found yourself dealing with low confidence in times of despair? What about uncertainty? Has fear ever grabbed or grippled you or grabbed a hold to you that you didn't step out and do something that you knew you had passion to do? Well, what about doubt and worry? You see, these are all some of the things that I experienced, you all, and I kept hitting this wall that one of my mentors at the time, Bob Proctor, called the terror barrier. And for the sake of time, I don't have time to go all into this, but what I do want you to fix your eyes on is the two circles all the way to the right under freedom. You have a larger circle on the top, then you have a small circle on the bottom. Well, the circle at the top, we split that in half. So now you have two hemispheres up there. Let's say the top half is the conscious mind, the bottom half of that one is the subconscious mind, and the small circle is the body. So when you look at this, what happens when you have all these things that you're dealing with, but you're trying so hard to get a breakthrough? What happens, ladies and gentlemen, is you have the first level, which is what we call bondage. Just the one right there where you see the X, remember the conscious mind? So what happens is you have an X idea, and then you push that X idea down to the conscious mind. That's your behavior system. And then you push it down and it begins to react in your body. So a lot of times people don't know about anxiety and panic attacks. That's just fear, doubt, and worry and uncertainty manifesting through your body. So guess what you're going to get? You're going to get those X results, the panic attacks, the anxiety, the rushing, the uneasiness, the stress. So what happens? Then you start to reason because you come to an event like this, a special training, and you have a why idea. So what happens? You start to reason. Now, when that why idea gets pushed down to the X, Y, or down to the subconscious, you still have that old paradigm in there. So you still have the old X idea. Now it begins to wrestle with the Y idea. But as you can see, which one wins? The X wins because the X gets pushed down to the body. That means you continue to worry, you continue to have fear, you continue to say, yeah, but this, yeah, but that. And then you still get the X result. That's the XR. And then, of course, the last stage of this, you all, is the conflict stage. You get a good idea. Okay, you come to a conference like this, I'm giving you some great ideas how to increase your finances, how to increase your life overall. And next thing you know, you push that down and you start thinking about this idea. You start, getting excited about the idea. But then the conflicts happen because you didn't settle. You didn't make up your mind. You didn't make a decision. Now notice the top arrow in red going to the terror wall and the bottom arrow bouncing off the terror wall going back to bondage. This is a vicious cycle, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people don't know. And this is what I kept hitting. This is what I was experiencing, guys. This is what led me to create these things. So when you talk about how the essential mover success hacking system gave me an epiphany, throughout that whole process, you all, I developed a level of mental mastery. And guess what? You can too. I developed leadership capabilities. They increased and my business ventures grew because I was really digging into the information I was teaching. I became a product of the product first. I began teaching others how to duplicate the process. And in essence, I was hacked by the very system I was trying to hack, which was a system of sustainable success. You mean to tell me, Favors, that I can find a silver lining in any and everything I'm going through? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, all this started when my wife had a brain tumor and I was helpless. As a matter of fact, she was more calm than me. So now, remember that same Terry that we talked about? From bondage to reason to conflict. Well, what happens when you make a decision and you start to study that why idea and you get some understanding about it? Then you start to believe in it. You start to have faith in your abilities and faith that God is calling you to a thing. Then you mix it with a little burning desire and you sprinkle some persistence on it and you add your real purpose. You're going to go running and crashing through that terror barrier, through that freedom wall to the other side. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what freedom is. And a lot of people today want freedom. You want time freedom. You want financial freedom. You want to be able to go anywhere you want to go with whom you want for how long as you want. That's what we call freedom over here, okay? And we have a way to show you how to get there. So the e-movers framework system was created because I made a decision to thoroughly immerse myself in the industry of growth and development. And that's how the Essential Leaders Institute came about. So what happened? I started writing more books. I started, developing courses and I started teaching people live. And next thing you know, we started teaching people how to really build products and digital products online and where to host them at. And ladies and gentlemen, it just took off. But once again, nothing is in life is worth having nothing in life worth having is going to be easy at first. So one of my favorite quotes by Langston Hughes says, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So that means I had conflicts coming up, you all. I struggled to implement the information I was learning at first because I was just so happy that my mind was distracted from the things I was worrying about. but I hadn't implemented yet. So I was just gathering information, learning how to overcome self-sabotage. You would be surprised how many people write the book but never tell nobody they have a book. How many people plan to go and but never go. I was struggling with breakthrough of breaking free from negative beliefs about money and success. I remember clearly one of my mentors said, Favors, you have a problem. Your relationship with money is bad. My relationship with money is bad? Man, I need money bad. You got a bad relationship with money. I said, wow. I was struggling, you all. I had conflicts with overcoming pushbacks from people who couldn't see my vision at the time. Getting rid of old habits and replacing them with good ones. I had to stop letting failures define me and letdowns define me. And I suspect that some of you on the line may be experiencing some of these very things right now. But guess what? It don't have to stay. Because once I made a decision and really dialed in, you all, the results began to manifest. I mastered the mindset principles that my mentors were teaching me. I established a leadership institute to help other people grow in the same way that it helped me through a crisis situation. I was able to learn how to speak, teach, and present on grand stages. I became a best-selling author. Y'all read about 8 to 9 books. I became a savvy investor, all by implementing this e-movers, essential mover success hacking framework. I didn't just achieve success, you all. I transformed my whole life, and I'm here to show you how to do the same thing. So that transformation that I experienced, you all, is what we call a be, do, have. I started really digging in and implementing what I was learning. And I went from self-doubt to having an unwavering level of faith and confidence. I also went from second guessing myself. How many of us do that? I went from second guessing myself to being bold and decisive with action. As you can see, I was becoming a person. Then I started doing the things I was teaching. I went from being undervalued to market value and above in my sphere of influence. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's when it really gets fun right there. I'm just going to tell you. When you think you don't have anything of value and people say, no, that's valuable so much so win your next course, I'll take it, I'll pay for it. That really makes you feel good, okay? Anyway, I went from chasing success, watch this, you all, to attracting success. Now I'm getting to the point to where I become a person. I begin to do those things that I was teaching. And now I'm having certain levels of success, high levels of success. And I went from not having enough funds to learning how to literally create my own income. And once again, this is what you're going to learn. So if you're wondering, what is success hacking, Favors? Well, here's a working definition. Success hacking is the intentional process of accelerating personal, financial, and spiritual breakthroughs by modeling proven principles. I want you to take a screenshot of that. Underline that, the word modeling. See, this is not copycatting, but when you model someone, you're able to pay attention to the nuances and pay attention to things that have been proven. You see, I don't just model anyone. That means mentorship. When you have a good mentor and a good coach, you can model them and they want you to. But by modeling proven principles, I was mastering the mindset, strategically eliminating the guesswork so you can create extraordinary results in less time with less struggle and more purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what success hacking is all about. This whole thing that God gave me, and I didn't even realize it was being formed. I was just listening and writing and trying to purposefully distract myself so I wouldn't worry anymore. And so you saw some of our success stories at the beginning, but here's another one. This is Erica P. Ray, Coach McRae now. And this is something that she said one day. After joining our program and experiencing rapid results in her personal growth, she wrote her first book and is now an established author and getting high-ticket speaking engagements, y'all. She's traveling. As a matter of fact, it's not on here, but I happen to know she just got married and things are really changing and taking off for her. It's amazing when you actually have a system, guys, that actually works. And so I'm here to tell you, I've endured many failures, setbacks, and I've had some very mean no's. But I've also invested over 2 decades in learning and studying and implementing just these strategies. I've invested thousands of dollars of mentors and hundreds of hours studying to sort, sift, and separate what truly works. And here's the reason why. I took the long road so you don't have to. And because you're here today, you're going to get that favor pass. I like to call it a favor pass. You know, when you get some favor, you get to go to the front of the line. You get some perks. It's perks in membership. But before I do, I need you to make a decision right now that you're going to go all in. Well, Favors, what's all in? Let me show you something. You see this house right here? It's a nice house. Has some nice lights. It's conservative. It's around Christmas time, holiday season. Got some nice lights. But is it all in? Now look at this one. Oh my. They got reindeer and Santa Claus on the roof. They got eaves and all type of stuff. This is what we call all in, ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm asking you to do now is I want you to make a commitment to yourself, not to Favors, not to anyone else, your spouse or your honey, to yourself, that for the next, if you give me about maybe 30, 35 minutes, we've been on for about 20, and I'm going to get you out of here soon. But if you give me 30 minutes and you make a commitment that you're going to go all in, then I'll make sure we get you that favor pass and at the beginning get you that Godfather offer or that Godfather gift that we was talking about, okay? So now, once again, 3 success hacking secrets, you all. How to success hack the uber wealthy and master creating products without working so much extra. How to market and think and lead and attract clients without feeling like a fraud or waiting for the perfect moment to start. And of course, how to build and monetize a profitable business, ladies and gentlemen. We do this right now. Okay. I'm not just telling you what I learned in some theory. Essential Leaders Institute is up. It's running right there. And you can see that. You can go there and you can see all of that. Okay. So now, here's where we are. Secret number 1 is how to success hack the secrets of the uber wealthy and master creating products without working 60 plus hours a week. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to take some copious notes because now here comes the training for you. The framework, secret number 1 framework, you all. Number 1 is you got to rewire your mindset for wealth. Remember, I told you that one of my mentors said this is something that I had to do. My relationship with wealth was not what it's supposed to be. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot believe and think one way but then act a different way because now you send out a double binding message. Your mindset and your wealth has to be on the same frequency. So you can't say you want to earn $1 million, but in your mindset, you're thinking, well, the love of money is all evil or having money is evil because a lot of people think that way. The good book said the love of money. So we don't love money. We tell money what to do, but you got to rewire your mindset for wealth. That means get on the certain levels of frequency with it. And then the second thing in the framework, you want to develop a higher level of awareness. You want to master learning high value skills. You want to leverage time and money for growth. Okay. This is the overall framework. Now, let me share this with you. How did this framework come about? Well, I experienced the best and the worst uncomfortable time at the same time. And I put these pictures up to show you how pain and determination helped me discover the self-mastery framework. Because at one point in time, my son came home and gave me strep throat. And somehow, y'all, it settled in my knees, both knees at the same time. Now, this had me laid up in the bed for like 4 months until rehab started that 4th month. So I literally couldn't walk. I had to go through wheelchair, I had to go through each phases. But during each phase, I began to write. I remember what God told me years ago. Write. That's how I distract myself. I sit down and write. I do research. So how did I rewire that mindset? First thing, you all, is mindset is at the forefront of any major transformation. I need you to underline that. I need you to write that down. Take a picture. What? Mindset. Yes. When you commit fully to moving beyond complacency and a fixed mindset as it relates to wealth creation, you find yourself understanding that when it comes to wealth, it's pretty easy. It's not hard. You just have to know the right framework. You got to know the strategies. And how do we do? This is why mindset is one of the first things we assess you with to see where you are. Remember that slide where we said if you're here, but you really want to be here, in order to get that big goal, you got to develop the mindset of that big goal or that big result or whatever it is you want to launch. It's really a mindset. You get in this perspective as well. Okay. So then number 2, when you talk about develop a high level of awareness, now pay attention to your environment and your inner self is mission critical for your success. Many people don't pay attention to the inner voice, their inner self. They oftentimes look at the things going on around them, and then they sometimes like to make decisions based upon what they see. So you never make a decision based upon your bank account or based upon anything or anything that is not in line with what you want. Want is the precursor, the qualifying thing for anything that you want. And this skill set allows you to recognize significant subtleties in people, places, and situations. See, when your awareness is high, you can look at a mentor or a coach and notice those small things that they're doing. If you all noticed tonight, you saw one screen, one slide when I was going through with my picture, but I purposefully didn't show my face because I wanted you to pay attention to my voice tonight. This is a way, this is why awareness can be your greatest ally, because some people are good on camera. You know, some people don't mind showing their face. I'm here. Doc is here. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. Doc Favors is here. But for those people who say, you know what, can this be done without showing your face? It most certainly can, and it is still effective. You see, when we increase your level of awareness, things change. Now, step number 3, mastering mastering the art of learning high value skills. Every one of you have a skill set that we can show you once we assess and show you how valuable it is to your community. And once you identify where you are and where you want to be, it is essential to master old and new skills that will help you move the needle to rapid goal achievement. And so once again, when you talk about me going through all of the things with the pain and being in the wheelchair, I had to learn how to set up and master presenting online because I really couldn't walk. So a lot of the teachers and trainers that we did, even during COVID, was online. And so if I were to show you my back office and show you my home office with my rig set up, it's a very professional setup. You see, we can go through scenes and float through things where you see different things going on, and you see the website going on. You also, I'll show you a screen over here with my slide deck and the free gift I got for you and my notes right there, ladies and gentlemen. All of this provides a better experience, but it's a skill set. And if you take time to just learn it, it'll be very valuable for you. Okay. And then number 4, rather, you have to leverage time and money for growth. See, understanding that money is just a tool gives you the ability to approach the use of it like a tool. So it is your job, watch this, it's your job to figure out the right financial tool or skill that will allow you to earn from what you learned. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the tools that we promote is digital products, online services, because the world with the AI, if y'all reading and looking at the algorithms and paying attention, a lot of things are becoming digital now. And so we don't want you to get left behind. We want you to stay with it. Just like one of our next success story, like Mr. Brad Rett. He's an author, has an ebook out, he's a business owner. He's preparing to launch his emotional coaching business. But hey, you know, what do I know? You can hear from him.
So I took the leap and I moved to Florida. And when I got here, he walked me through the process. He walked me through the change of mindset. I could know that I had a coach and mentor that had my back.
Now I ask you, how valuable is that to say that, you know, there's an individual who will help you with your mindset, help you understand that where you are is not where you want to be, but give you a blueprint, a proven methodology, ladies and gentlemen, a process that'll help you get to where you want to be. You see, these success stories are people putting it in their own words, and that's why I added them to the slide. But I want you to understand something. If you're on here right now and you're asking, well, I don't know if this will work for me, who will this work for? If you're a working individual and you have a job, I can help you find your unique skill set that is worth monetizing. If you're a small business owner, specifically, if you're an entrepreneur, this works for you. If you're a coach, an author, even a speaker, this works for you. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't met a person who wouldn't benefit from learning how to success hack the uber wealthy in their particular sphere of influence. You see? So we designed it like this. So once again, the secret to success hacking the uber wealthy, you all, is number 1, rewire your mindset for wealth. You want to think like they think. You want to develop higher level of awareness, you know, so you can start paying attention to the small subtleties and things that they do. Okay. You want to master learning high value skills. So if you want to be a speaker, you're dealing with a 7-figure speaker, you want to pay attention to how do they orchestrate and their presentations and how do they sell from the stage. And, you know, and of course you want to leverage your time and money for growth. Okay. And that is the secret framework number 1. Now, secret number 2, how to market, think, lead, and attract clients. We don't chase clients over here, ladies and gentlemen. We attract them. How do you do this without feeling like a fraud or waiting for the perfect moment to start? Well, once again, let's break this down. Framework. overcoming imposter syndrome, shift from scarcity to abundance thinking, build unshakable confidence in your abilities, and of course, it'll show you how to create a vision bigger than yourself. This is how to think like the wealthy and attract success without feeling like a fraud. You see, some people think, well, I'll do it when I get the money. No, no, no. You start prior to. So once again, let me share this quick story with you. So here's the moment that I realized that leading wasn't just about influence, it was about alignment and proximity. You see, leading from your core, standing on your convictions, and having the courage to lead others toward transformation, it requires thinking and proper communication. So this was me at a presentation when I was going through training. I never forget it. This was John Maxwell. And John Maxwell had us in a room of 3,000 plus people. And I saw John Maxwell work this crowd, you all, and share some things with this crowd. But here's what blew me away. And this is when I realized that leadership was about alignment. He made an announcement and said, in the morning, I'm going to be having a service because he used to be a pastor. And it was a global piece. So you had people there from different ethnicities. And he said, we're going to be doing a service in the morning. If you don't want to come, don't come. 3,000, 4,000 people showed up, ladies and gentlemen. And I saw him do an altar call and led people. I saw people with red dots, Indians, Buddhists, Hindus, all giving their life, changing their life because he took time to learn how to properly communicate. And so this inspired the framework for how to think and attract clients and do these things. Okay, I hope y'all with me. So step one, overcoming the imposter syndrome. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that look like? The imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. You must shift from victim thinking to victory thinking. And I'm going to just tell you right now, this is one of the unspokens of why people are so afraid to speak on stage in front of people. Public speaking is one of the biggest phobia in terms of fear that a lot of people deal with because of this. It's their inability to believe in themselves. I'm gonna tell you right now, because you're here, I believe in you. You're supposed to be healthy and wealthy. You're supposed to be able to achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. And all you got to do is believe more in yourself. Yeah, but you got to reject the imposter syndrome. You believe in yourself, believe in your success. You got to believe and know without a shadow of a doubt that you deserve to be on top. You deserve to be the speaker, the keynote. You deserve to get paid your price. Why? Because you did legitimately achieve those skills. You worked that job for 10 years, for 12 years, and now that you see you want more, you take those same skills. I'm gonna tell you. Let me stop. I digress. Number two, shift from scarcity to abundance thinking. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly. You fall in love with the idea of abundance because true success starts with the belief that you can tap into the frequency of God's abundance and that you can create your life from that place. Let me ask you a question. Can you count the grades, the blades of hair on your head? Can you count the grains of sand on the beach? Can you count the different snowflakes? Can you count the raindrops? You see, there is the notion of abundance all around us. It's just that many people get so distracted with the mundane of their everyday life that they forget to start thinking this way. Y'all see why mindset and thinking is so important? So that means abundance thinking. Even John 10:10, the good book, Jesus said, I came that you may have life and have it more what? Abundantly. But it is a thought process and it is a way of life. So that's step number two. Step number three, here it is. Build unshakable confidence in your abilities. How do I do that, Doc? You simply have to change the way you think. How do I change the way I think? Through spaced repetition. I believe, I believe, I believe that I'm a great speaker. I believe that I'm a great teacher. I believe that I'm worth the value of what I do. I believe that I can help people. I believe that I can transform life. These are the statements, you all, that you want to adopt for yourself. I believe I bring more to this company. I believe I'm built for leadership. I believe I can help drive the revenue up. Whatever it is, you got to have unshakable confidence that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you can perform and do the thing that you say you can do. I'm telling you. And then step number 4, you create a vision that's bigger than yourself. You see, the ability to think about a plan or plan the future with imagination or wisdom is how you create this vision. And we teach this. It's a step-by-step process how we go about it. But basically, the greatest nation on the planet is the imagination. And that's one of the higher faculties, just like reason. And so we teach you literally how to vision cast, not just doing a vision board. That's not good enough anymore. Beginning of the year, let me tell you, I know people that do vision boards and they never achieve anything because they don't. So a lot of time when people tell you about a vision board, they don't show you how to activate and manifest what's on the vision board. And that is by vision casting. Total different piece, you all, okay? Now, when you put this all together, you'll find yourself being a success. And we want you to be one of our next success stories, just like Mr. Fred King here. Pastor now, pastor in training, rather. He's an author, he's a business owner, but I'll let him tell you.
When I first met Dr. Favors, he gave me instructions, and following those instructions to the T, I began to get results rapidly. Matter of fact, it went from 2xing my income to almost 3xing my income.
Now, I don't know about you, but if you want to become free, no matter where you are, a 2x or 3x to your income is good. But notice what he said. He said he received the instructions, ladies and gentlemen. So when you start to understand how to think like the wealthy and attract success without feeling like a fraud, you got to be able to follow the instructions. And the instructions are overcome imposter syndrome, stop self-sabotaging yourself, shift from scarcity thinking to abundance thinking. Scarcity thinking is trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. No, you need to be able to pay Peter and Paul without robbing nobody. Okay? Of course, build unshakable confidence in your abilities and create a vision bigger than yourself. You see, success framework secret number 2. Now, here's number 3, how to build and monetize profitable business and create financial freedom. Let's get to it. How do we monetize and create a profitable business, ladies and gentlemen? Number 1, you have to identify your high value skill. You see, y'all thought I wasn't going to give it to you. Yeah. Once you identify your high value skill, you validate your offer before you build. Leverage organic marketing for cash growth, and then create a simple, scalable sales system. You see? Framework. Now, story. How do we do this? As an independent certified coach, teacher, and speaker with Maxwell Leadership Certified Team, you all, this is how the Essential Leaders Institute was birthed. I was going there getting information, thinking I would just want to learn so I can teach, run the programs, make me a little money. But that wasn't it at all, ladies and gentlemen. I went in as a rookie and came out as a professional in business structure. Did y'all hear what I just said? I learned how not only to create courses and identify these things I'm getting ready to break down for you, but I learned the structure, how to properly present and communicate and share the message, how to lead and how to deliver and how to operate with persuasive language, not coercive language, but just to persuade people, to help people. That's when we came up with the definition of what selling is. Selling, ladies and gentlemen, please write this down. Selling is basically helping someone get what they already want. They already want to spend some money. Why not spend it with you? All right, let's get to work. So step number 1, identify that high value skill. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, success starts from within. It starts in your mind. So to be successful in business, you have to have a vision of that business. So what you want to do, you identify your unique ability and then find a problem that your ability can solve, and you build your business around that. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, if I don't say anything else tonight, that helped about 6 of you all on here right now. What? That's it? Yeah. Find a problem that you can solve with your ability. If you have a job, then you're solving a problem for the people who employed you. That's just one example. So let's say, for example, I shouldn't be going this deep, but let's say if you know how to cut hair, then you build a business around helping people who need haircuts. Do y'all see? It's not that hard when you have the right framework, ladies and gentlemen. The second thing you do is you validate your offer before you build. Now, this is important. Once you've completed the first step, you now can comprise an offer to your target audience. So the target audience in this example, people who need their haircut or need their hairstyle. Now, I want y'all to think about it. I'm finna bless somebody. What industry do people almost have to maintain their haircut? Hello, can someone say corporate America? Those businesses have bylaws and cultures where you can't just come in looking any old type of way. You got to be business professional. So what would happen if I put a salon or a barber in the middle of a a corporate district? Do you think it would sell? Of course it would. Well, Favors, how can I monetize that? You then go online and teach other people, create courses to teach other. I'm giving y'all too much. You go online and you create courses how to teach other people how to cut and do certain things in the industry. So once you comprise and offer to your target audience that will share with them how you have a solution to their problem or their biggest pain point. And that's when you see scalability. So, and that's what we mean by validating your offer before you build. Make sure that your offer that you put into a target audience and you're going to start sharing with them that you have a solution for their problem or biggest pain point. And as you start sharing you got a solution for them, people won't start saying, okay, what is it? Can you show me what you're doing? Can you teach me? And then that's when you put your offer out there. Yes, for this piece. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, leverage organic marketing for fast growth. Social media is your friend, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of us, we don't like to deal with it, but I'm telling you, there's a more easy way. Trust me when I tell you. Determine what you want to showcase about your solution and share it with the world. Now, notice, ladies and gentlemen, you genuinely have a solution to someone's problem. Don't think everybody on this line with me tonight, you have a solution to someone's problem. All we got to do is connect and put y'all together, and we show you how to do that. Once you do that, you'll see it changes, and it changes fast. All you got to do is remember to be genuine, which means sometimes you can't read from script. Sometimes you just have to really just share from your heart, and you'll find that we'll teach you how to do that. Okay. And then number 4, you create a simple, scalable sales system. What does that look like, Faith? Creating a business that is profitable online or offline requires passion and purpose. What are you talking about? It requires ability to plan effectively, prioritize daily, and then produce. If I had time, I would break all these down, but this one slide right here is another 60-minute masterclass because there's certain things that go with how you plan and then how you prioritize and then how you produce. But I will tell you this. If you take the time to plan it out, easy creating a scalable sales systems means you have a plan or a system in place and you prioritize that system so you don't let something come in and change what you have instituted if it's working. And then from there, you just keep driving traffic so it starts to produce. Give you an example, McDonald's. They have a plan. Their plan is to go, hire as many as their plan is to hire people because it's turnkey. So if you notice, you see a lot of young people sometimes working in there because they developed a plan where you can get them trained and they prioritize that system. So you can train somebody who's in from who don't have a lot of work experience and they know that they can produce, but now they're going to digital. So when you walk into an establishment, you have a kiosk right there. They're planning something you all. You go in, you put your order right there. They prioritize people coming in to do that. Then you got a few cooks back there. So what used to take about 8 to 10 people to run a store, 3 or 4 can run that store now and still produce. Okay. This is what we mean when we say create a simple, scalable sales system. In other words, is it easy? Is it duplicatable? And will it make money? Okay. I just gave you all a secret. All right. Now, once again, we have success stories. Here's one of our success stories, Nikki Harris. She's an author. You just heard from her. She's a 6-figure earner, business owner. But hey, I always like to let them tell you themselves.
Hi, my name is Nikki Harris, and I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. I never really understood the importance of having a mentor or a coach until I met Dr. Favors a few years ago. His guidance and mentorship has helped me 2x my income, start my own business, and the courage to write a book, something that I never thought I would be able to do. Dr. Favors.
The courage to write a book. That's amazing right there, you all. You see that those are the small things that you pay attention to. Because if she overcame that one, guess what? She'll mess around and pump out 4, 5, 6, 7, be a best-selling New York Times best-selling author. Because we were able to put some strategic moves in place. Okay? So now let me ask you a question, y'all. Got to get to the next portion so we can get out of here. If you just implemented one of these secrets, do you think you could have success in your personal or professional life? From instituting and being the product of the product, you all, I never forget when my wife and I, we were invited down to Cancun and we received our Millionaire Investor Club ring. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, to be in a circle and in a tribe with other millionaires in the investment club, guys. It was just surreal. I'm just going to tell you the truth. And at that point, I realized that we had something so valuable. We had 3 secrets that help move the needle, that help people change and transform their lives. And so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a question. Would you agree that out of all the information that I just shared with you over the past, say 35 to 40 minutes, if you apply 1 or 2 of those strategies consistently, you can success hack your way to sustainable success? If you agree with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me get you involved. Put some 7s in the chat. If you agree with this, put some 7s in the chat. If you agree that everything that I just showed you, that you could achieve sustainable success if you were to follow it. I see some 7s. I see y'all coming in. I see some 7s coming in. I see a few 7s coming in. All right. I see some 7s. There it is. Okay. So here's the thing. With that being said, you all have been hearing me talk about this system, this success hacking framework. Well, I would like to ask for your permission to share with you what we created that gives me the ability to leverage finances and time so that we can spend time with our loved ones and do the things with our family. If I have your permission, I'll continue. And I know if I have your permission because you're still here and you have not left. So you give me a little more time, we'll be out of here. Now, I showed you this before, the Essential Movers Mentorship, the success hacking system, ladies and gentlemen, how to create, communicate, and monetize your unique skills. Here's what you're going to get when you invest in yourself today. You're going to get this success hacking system. That's first and foremost. You're going to get the skill set and the mastery that's valued at $9,000. And don't let these numbers scare you all, ladies and gentlemen. That's a part of the relationship with money that we got to change. You're going to get the product creation templates, everything that's inside of here. You're going to get our marketing strategy, how we market and how we create, a buzz and a feed and how we drive traffic to these things. You're going to get the exact way that we use to monetize our brand. In other words, some of the templates and things that you see here. We're going to get 1-to-group coaching that's valued at $2K and a lot more. Trust me. So when you talk about what's inside of it, we got 12 core modules that's broken up into 4 to 5 lessons. You're going to get monthly mindset coaching calls. You're going to get monthly business strategy sessions so you can learn how to plan, grow, and scale your offer. You're going to get private community access so you can meet other like-minded people like you. You're going to develop a personal growth plan so we can help you get to where you want to be. And I'm going to tell you now, the sweet spot is 10K. So if you already at 10K a month, then we help you get to 20 and 30K. You're looking at individuals. I say this, and I don't say this braggadociously, but I remember when my wife and we had our first 50K day. Yes, we manifested $50,000 in a day. Then we had another day that was about maybe 27,000 in a day. Changed my whole perspective. And one of my mentors told me, he gave me an assignment, y'all. He's stretching me too. He wants me to develop a 100K offer. I don't tell you that to brag. I'm telling you that this is the possibility. What would you do with a 25K day payday? 25K payday. I know what you do. You can pay some stuff off. You can go get some stuff cut back on and live life. And we're going to give you much more in benefits and offers. Okay. So here's what you'll be able to do. You'll be able to success hack, identify your special skills, create the digital products, market successfully, build the online and offline business, guys, and you'll be able to monetize your intellectual property. That's so amazing. That's game. See, some of you all, you will be the big picture in the dining room that they say this was the person who changed our bloodline. Yeah, you will be the event, the keynote speaker. So, what will you be able to replace? A lot of years wasted. We're gonna help you replace the guesswork, the tech overwhelm, the financial stagnation from being overlooked, you know, being alone. It changes and replaces all of this stuff, guys. Okay. Now, the problems the Essential Movers Mentorship membership solves. If you've ever felt stuck, you ever felt like you were getting inconsistent results, you know, it sounds like this, man. Every time I turn around, something going wrong. No, we're gonna change that. A lack of mental clarity. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I'm just here. No, we're gonna change that. We're gonna solve that problem. Limiting leadership belief, financial stagnation. Once again, some of these things can be changed within the first 90 days. 36 days. Yeah, the first 3 months, some of these things are changed. I'm telling you. Within the first 90 days, guys, right? So E-Movers Mentorship saves you time and money. What did you spend before? Have you tried, spent years trying to figure this thing out on your own? Spent thousands on books and courses and programs with no sustained transformation? They tell you they're going to give you something, but they don't give you no information. Even if you don't do anything else, I gave you all some valuable things that you can go and research yourself and go and make some changes right now. Unnecessary mistakes from improper guidance. No, no, no. We don't roll like that, you all. What you gain right now, accelerated time. Achieving 90 plus days with some people take years to do. Save money. No more wasting money on unproven systems. You just heard several testimonies that our system works. You get rapid results. You're gonna get rapid results because you're gonna have hands-on mentorship, clear paths to success and business, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, here's everything inside. Skill set mastery, 10K. Marketing strategy worth 9K. Monetizing your brand, 8. One to group coaching, 3, and more. Total value, that's 30 grand. But here's the thing. I asked myself, what else will they need to ensure that they have success? What else do you need to make sure you have success? Well, we got to position and posture you as an expert. So we're going to include in this my book writing kit. And some of the testimonies I'm going to tell you, when you write the book, you automatically elevate yourself to becoming the expert. This is why it's so very important that you learn how to get what's in you out so that you can share it with the world and leave a legacy. So what comes in that book value is valued at 5K. What comes in there? Well, I like to put it like this, the college days. You say the college days? Yeah. It's a process, ladies and gentlemen. Because in the college days, we had to go to school. Had to go to school or class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then because I was in the band, I had to really schedule my time. I had to get up at like 5:45 to be on the practice field at 6 a.m., all before my classes started at 8 o'clock. Then after that, we had to go to band practice in the evening time. And then we had the game days. And so the college days really shaped my ability to frame and to really follow the instructions, basically, and to, master my time. So here's what's inside the book cover template. You're going to get a book cover template. I'm going to show you how to do that. We actually have templates for you that you can plug and play. And we have content creation. So we're going to show you not only how to do the book, we're going to show you how to write the book to where it flows in a succinct order. That's valued at $1,000. We're going to show you the free hosting sites that we use, valued at $1,000. We're going to show you how to promote and have, promotion and strategies that's worth $1,000 just for the book deal, guys. Some of you all will make high five figures on just book deals because we're going to show you how to develop and train you on how to create your book funnel. All that and more valued at 5K. All right. So now here's what one of our students, Rick, said. I appreciate this program so much and what I have learned. As a top sales rep for my company, I was impressed by the framework and strategies that were so easy to execute and certainly will be a reference for you, Dr. Favors, at any time. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, buddy. Okay. Now, I know you're probably thinking, right. Yeah, sounds too good to be true. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get the E-Movers Success Hacking 1-year mentorship. That's valued at 30K. You're going to get Dr. Mike's book writing kit. That's valued at 5,000. And that's a total of 35,000. Okay. But now stay with me, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm still asking that same question. What else do they need to succeed? And then I came up with this. They need that business in the box training, that sales training, a complete training on how to set up and structure your business for sustainable success. Sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about continuity programs and all. This valued at 15,000. Okay, what's in this? This is the GS2K47. Yep. Success Seeker from the buy. Yeah. GS2K47. Go sell Second Kings 4:7. I'm gonna give it to you. But we created a system based on biblical principles that never fail. Here's what's inside. Website design. Yeah. Valued at 5K. How to do landing pages, valued at 3K. Course creation and training. We're going to show you how to do all of this, you all. That's valued at 3K. Email campaigns, funnel build outs, and more. This is the sales system. How do you sell? Guys, valued at 15K. So now watch this. Dr. Marvin said this. With the combination of insight, patience, and creativity, Doc Favors guided me through my limiting beliefs. That's important. With the work of mindset and selling, he helped me lay a foundation for future choices and helped me balance the different aspects of my business model. The eMovers program is a thoroughly lucrative and rewarding process. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate that. You see? Now, what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen, the eMovers 1-year mentorship valued at 30K. Book writing kit valued at 5K. Business in a box training and sales system valued at 15K. With all of that, that's a total of like $50,000 right there. Here I go again. I say, man, but I feel like I'm missing something. What do they need? They gonna need the six-figure matrix. The six-figure matrix, the six-figure matrix. What's the six-figure matrix? It's valued at $997 on its own. A 10-year vision to miss COVID 2020. Y'all, let me tell you something. 5 years before COVID, this is what it looked like. It's me and a computer. I was still teaching and training, so don't despise small beginnings. Here's what the rig looks like now. Home office. Yeah. 3 screens, computer. I'm using 2 cameras. One here and also one here for a tower cam so I can actually write. Hey, look at there. Since it moves mentorship. I can actually write on this thing for you and really get into some teaching and some strategies, okay? That's what this is. So 5 years later, six-figure matrix on how to speak and teach, how to present and communicate using these things that you just saw. What's in here? Time and money I spent so you can save. Number 1, webinar design templates. Number 2, secrets to organizing the webinar. What am I saying? The very presentation that I'm sharing with you all right now, this web class, we're going to show you how to do it and give you slides and a framework of how to do this, y'all. How to present the information. There's a certain strategy that I've been presenting and been sharing with you all night long, including the stories, the screens, the shots. We're going to give you a whole complete copy of all of this, y'all. How to sell high value offers, 2,000 value, how to build rapport, $1,000 value, all and more, all for 9,997, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what one of our coaches said. eMovers gave me the structure and strategies I needed to grow as a trader and expand into multiple investment opportunities. Yeah. The six-figure matrix showed me how to think bigger, diversify, and build with confidence. That's amazing, good people. So here's what you're going to get. eMover Success Hacking at 30K. Book writing kit for 5,000. Business in the box for 15,000. Six-figure matrix at 997. Total value 5997, ladies and gentlemen. Are you kidding me? There's another question. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to position you all so that you can have sustained success. And guess what? You can't fail. So what else do you need? Absolutely nothing. But because I'm such a good guy, now it's time for a bonus. And I'm about to give you all the biggest bonus you've ever seen. What's that, Doc? I'm finna give you access to the 3-in-1 training system, self-mastery and paradigms that we learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor, leadership and the value laws of growth that we got from John Maxwell, and of course, six-figure business proven model that's been proven over 9 years. We've been in this. We started our Essential Leadership Institute back in 2016, and we haven't looked back since. And we're going to make all of this available to you. So there's a power of proximity, you all, in this small story right here. And this is how success found me about each. Okay. This is how success found me at each level of progressing from the wheelchair to the mental mastery and leading others to hitting six figures consistently after moving to Jacks, you all. And this is just what we've been doing. We keep ourselves close. I have mentors to this day. That is the power of proximity. I don't only have mentors that I just read in terms of books, but we get on screens. I go to the cities where they are, and that's what this is all about. And the power of proximity, if you see it over there, the reason why I put that picture there says do it now. Anytime you have something that hits you and you're emotionally involved with it, you're excited about it, do it now. Make the decision and do it now. Pull the trigger, if you will. Don't wait, okay? So here's everything inside this thing. Self-mastery strategies I learned from Bob 15. Leadership training from Maxwell 12. Business tips from Russell Bronson 10. Sales tips from Joe Bauer 5. And all of my life's work, that's priceless, you all. All the degrees and all that stuff, it don't matter if you're not winning. It's priceless. So here's the thing. That's valued at 21.9. It's actually 42, but I slashed it at 21,997. Now, here's one of my favorite students from the UK. Jenny said, through my sessions with Doc Favor, Doc Mike, I've been challenged to think about why I am making the decisions I've made. I thought I was being indecisive and procrastinating, but now I realize I simply did not have the right framework in place to help guide my thinking. The workaround success hacking was really useful, not just for these business decisions, but as a way of sense of checking in everyday life. Would recommend to anyone looking for a business coach who cares. Thanks, Jenny. Appreciate you. Okay, so here's what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to show you the whole thing. E-Movers Kit, 30K. The book writing kit for 5,000, business in the box for 15K, the six-figure matrix, you all. The 3-in-1 training and bonus for 21K. That is a grand total of almost 81,994, you all. That's valuable. So here's the thing. If all I did was finally give you the confidence and mental mastery to break free from fear, doubt, and uncertainty and produce just like the elites in our society, would that be worth it for you? Come on, it's 8 of us, throw some 8s in the chat. If number 1 is just worth it, if that's all we did, throw some 8s in the chat for me, y'all. Let me get y'all involved a little bit. We're getting ready to wrap it. Throw some 8s in the chat. I see some 8s. Yes. I see them coming in. Now, if all this did was help you gain the clarity, the vision, and the purpose that would help you lead yourself and guide others to victory, would it be worth it? Come on, 8s. I see you. And last but not least, y'all, if all this did was give you the path to financial freedom, where opportunities for successful business ventures flow effortlessly to you, would it be worth it? I thought I would see some 8s blowing up right now. Oh, I see some, just flat out yeses in the chat. I see them 8s in chats and yeses all day long. Of course it would be, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're here. We're not here wasting time. We're here moving the needle. So let me tell you something, y'all. I get so excited, but I got to calm down. I basically had 2 choices. The first option was to do nothing. Second option, take a leap of faith. So the question is, what is success worth to you? What would one successful breakthrough be worth? What would having a 6 or 7-figure mentor do for your confidence and leadership? How about an extra 10 or 20 or 50K a month? What would that do for you? How much would you invest to finally achieve these high levels of self-mastery and to be able to lead with unshakable confidence and achieve financial freedom for the rest of your life? Ladies and gentlemen, the true cost of inaction, loss of time. I'm not going to go through all of them. Just tell you loss of time, missed opportunities, emotional burnout, stagnant in terms of your finances. But the biggest one, number 5, I will read, is unlived purpose. This is maybe the biggest cost of all. They don't fulfill their calling. They settle, they shrink, they miss the chance to leave a legacy. True cost, a life that could have been extraordinary. That is the true cost, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the thing. This isn't a cost to you. It's an investment for the rest of your life. an investment one time that'll change the rest of your life. So you can see now why it's a good deal at 81,994 if you had to piece it together a la carte. Because I've done that before. I put some things together, but because you're here today, you're going to get that favorite pack. You're going to get that Godfather offer today, ladies and gentlemen. What does that look like? 81,994? No. We're going to slice that right in. How about 40,000? No. We're not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to do that to you. It's the end of the year. I know you all going to be making some New Year's resolutions, but 20,000? No. You still got Christmas to take care of. No, we're not going to do that to you. 10,000 is definitely worth 10,000. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. If 10K was the piece and you had 10K, how many of you all in the chat right now would take this at 10K? Just type some yeses in the chat. If I had it with no problem, if you gave me a deal, could I take 10K? If I gave a payment plan, could I do 10K? And spread that out. Yes, yes. I see some yeses. I see some yeses. Yes, 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 yes. I see some yeses. Come on. Talk to me. 10Ks, 10Ks. Yeah, sure. It's worth it. It's going to change your life for the rest of your life. It's almost priceless, you all. But here's the thing. I'm not finna do that. That's not the offer. Imagine creating a life of freedom, ladies and gentlemen, for $7,000. Nah, I don't think so. That didn't sit well with me. Here's the Godfather offer, ladies and gentlemen, right here, flat out. $299 a month plus $199 time finance fees and setup fee. $299 a month for a whole year. Now you do the math on that. That is an amazing piece, ladies and gentlemen. But the discount, you gotta act now. $299 a month plus one-time 99 setup fee. Okay, I don't think you all understand. I don't think y'all hearing me. So what if I go here? I'm gonna show y'all something. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, if you go to my website and you scroll down the page, the e-move is right there. You come on down here and you scroll. Oh, we got some more testimonies down there. And you click learn more about the e-movers mentorship. I just want to show you all something. It's gonna bring you to this page. My wife and I, a little more information on it. But to join the membership on our website, it is the 7K. So I want you all to understand that I'm slashing it because you all took the time. You made a decision to come here to be with us tonight. And because you made that decision, I think it's worth rewarding. And so we got a Godfather offer, an offer you can't refuse. Become an essential mover now for $299 a month, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little more than half the price. We call it a fast action bonus. $299 a month today, plus that 99 one-time setup, that one-time finance fee setup. And what I'm going to do right now is for those that are here, I'm going to ask one of my lovely assistant there. She would be on here. We're going to ask her to put that up in the piece right now, okay? Because some of you are like, okay, how do we get involved? What do we got to do? Well, if you look in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen, the link has just been posted right there. There you go. $299 plus a one-time piece. That's it right there. You click on that, it's going to take you right to the page. You can sign up, you can join right there and take advantage of this fast action bonus right here, ladies and gentlemen. You won't find this at this price anywhere. I'm going to tell you that now. Okay? Now, price justification. How is this justified? Once again, even the bonus itself, I've paid thousands of dollars, you all, to study with Tony Robbins. You see this, you see it right there with Proctor Gallagher, with John Maxwell. My name is on that. And so I don't even want to get into how much I paid for all this, but it was nice, okay? But I did that once again so you don't have to. I did that so I was able to give back to you all, those people who really want to change their life, who really want to make a difference, okay? Now, I did all this so you don't have to. I paid the big bucks. So once again, now you got two choices. First option is you do nothing. Second option, make the decision now to change your life for the rest of your life. And you just choose one of those options. Now, here's something that you all may wonder. Is there any guarantees? I guarantee all of my work, ladies and gentlemen. And here's how. If you use my system for 1 year, make all the necessary moves in the modules, including Q&As and webinars and online trainings, the exercises, and don't make a sale or see an increase in your selling or experience a better quality of life, I give you a full refund on your investment plus a $1,000 bonus in materials and products just to say thanks for your time. No questions asked. Now, that's a money back guarantee over a year, okay? So The real question is, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to wrap up, are you ready to become an essential mover? Are you ready to change your life for the rest of your life? Once again, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get that Essential Movers hacking system valued at 30. You're going to get the 3-in-1 bonuses. You're going to get the business in the box, the book writing kit, the 6-figure matrix, all valued at $81,994. Easily, ladies and gentlemen. $299 a month plus $99 one-time finance setup fee. $299 a month to change your life for that year. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this to you. What you need to do right now to become an essential mover, that's it right there. What do I have to do? You make a decision. Take action. Get enrolled before this offer goes down. Now, as always, because you all came out today, I always want to leave you with a free gift while you're making that decision, clicking that link. If you look in the chat, I also have something for you all. I have a free, the escape plan, 3 hidden reasons you haven't reached financial freedom yet. I'm going to drop that link in there. You hit that link, and that's free for just coming out, hanging out with Dr. Favors here today, okay? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get started. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It's Dr. Favors. I look forward to working with you all in the near future.